so much for tuning into Stories with Miss Courtney today. Today I have stories all about grandparents for you. And I hear a Storytime train coming now. Come on, Storytime train. Come on. Come on. Good job. What have we got? Oh, wow. Mr. Gumpy's Outing by John Birmingham. Hey friends, our story today is Mr. Gumpy's Outing by John Birmingham. And this is the story about a grandpa and his granddaughter, and they were so excited because they were going to spend the day together in Mr. Gumpy's boat, having a great time. It was a beautiful day. It was perfect for sailing. When they heard a voice, it sounded like this: meow, meow. It was Cat. Cat said, "Please, can I go too? I love a boat ride." Mr. Gumpy said, "Come on, Cat, but promise that you won't hiss about." Cat said, "I promise." And in she went. They set sail again when they heard another voice. It sounded like this: woof, woof, woof. It was Puppy. Puppy said, "Woof, woof, please, can I go too? I love a boat ride." Mr. Gumpy said, "Come on, dog, but you have to promise not to chase the cat." Dog said, "I promise." In he went. This boat was getting a little full, but they set sail again. Then they heard another voice. Sounded like this: hop, hop, hop. It was Bunny. Bunny said, "Please, let me go too. I love a boat ride." Mr. Gumpy said, "Fine, but promise you won't hop about." Bunny said, "I promise." And in Bunny went. They set sail again. Then they heard another sound. It sounded like this: it was Chicken. Chicken said, "Can I go too? I love a boat ride. Please, please, please." Mr. Gumpy said, "Come on, Chicken, but promise you won't flap about." Chicken said, "I promise." And in she went. Woo, this was a very full boat. They set sail again. When another friend came along, "Nay!" It was Horse. Horse said, "Please, I love a boat ride. Let me go too." Mr. Gumpy said, "Fine, come on, Horse, but promise you won't kick." Horse said, "I promise." In they went. They were all in the boat, having a great time. It was a beautiful day. And then it happened. A mosquito went by, and Horse didn't like it one bit. So Horse gave a great big kick. Kick! And when Horse kicked, it made Rabbit start hopping about. And when Rabbit started hopping about, it made Cat start hissing about. Hiss, hiss, hiss. And when Cat started hissing, that made Dog want to chase. So Dog started chasing the cat. Woof, 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 woof. Oh, it was quite a scene. And all that got Chicken going. So Chicken started flapping. Flap, 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 flap. And in no time at all, the boat flipped over. Oh no. They all had to swim back to shore. Mr. Gumpy and his granddaughter and the chicken and the horse and the puppy and the rabbit and the cat. They all swam back as fast as they could. Swim, 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 swim. Back to the shore. Whew. They thought Mr. Gumpy was going to be so angry at them. But you know what Mr. Gumpy did? Mr. Gumpy said, "Ha ha 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 ha. What an exciting boat ride this turned out to be." And then Mr. Gumpy and his granddaughter and all their animal friends, they had a wonderful picnic and they drank tea on the nice, warm, dry shore. And that is the story of Mr. Gumpy's Outing by John Birmingham. All right, guys, our read aloud today is What Cried Granny, and this is by Kate Lum. Here we go. And it is an almost bedtime story. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Patrick who was having his first sleepover at his granny's house. As the sun began to set, Granny said, "Patrick, dear boy, it will be dark soon. Time to get ready for bed." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a bed here." "What?" cried Granny. She ran out of her yard where some tall trees were growing, and she chopped one down. Chop, chop, chop. She carried it to her workroom and opened her toolbox and made Patrick a fine bed. Then she painted it a restful shade of blue and put a comfy red mattress on it and took it to the bedroom. "There you are, dear boy," said Granny. "Now climb into bed and lay your head on the pillow and sail off to dreamland." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a pillow here." "What?" cried Granny. She ran out to her hen house and she woke up her chickens and she collected a big batch of feathers. She took them to her sewing room where she made a bag out of cloth, and then she stuffed it with feathers and sewed it up neatly and gave it to Patrick. "There you are, dear boy," said Granny. "Now climb into bed and lay your head on the pillow. Tuck the blanket under your chin and I'll kiss you goodnight." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a blanket here." "What?" cried Granny. She ran outside and she headed for the hills where a flock of fat sheep were snoozing. She sheared off some of their wool and ran right back home. She took the wool to her basement and spun it into yarn and knitted a fuzzy warm blanket and dyed it the prettiest shade of twilight purple. When it was dry, she carried it upstairs and spread it on the bed. "Now, dear boy," said Granny, "climb into your bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin and give your teddy bear a hug and turn out the light." "But Granny," said Patrick, "I don't have a teddy bear here." "What?" cried Granny. She grabbed her emergency sewing kit, tore down the living room curtains, cut, sewed, stuffed, added buttons, and red ribbon and made a teddy bear for Patrick. "Now, Patrick," said Granny, "climb into bed, lay your head on the pillow, tuck the blanket under your chin, give your teddy bear a hug, and go to sleep." "But Granny," said Patrick, "it's morning." "What?" cried Granny. The end. And that is What Cried Granny by Kate Lum. One of my favorite stories. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see you all next week right here at Miss Courtney's Backyard. Bye!